Hey everybody, welcome back to Is It Cape Shit, your favorite Kino review podcast. I'm your host, Simeon Stark, joined as always by, I gotta figure out which of you is gonna be which superhero, featuring Florian as the Scarlet Witch.
Oh yes, that is definitely my favorite role. Oh man.
More like Scarlet Bitch.
I should love becoming evil so I can be with my kids again. My fake kids. Oh yeah.
Wait, Scarlet Witch, Florian, what is that? Are you opening portals to different multiverses? Could it be these Kino review legends from different dimensions are joining together for this Multiverse of Madness review, Florian? Who's that I see coming from the left? Could that be one Erich McCoy?
It is me. I've returned from a multiverse of destruction and terror and fucking Florians everywhere.
Yeah, but what hero are you then, huh?
Yeah, which Marvel hero are you, Erich?
I'm Professor X, but I can walk.
Whoa.
And Florian, who is coming out of that portal behind you? And now he's pulling down your pants. And okay, who is that wrapped around you?
As the Kino corner.
It's huge.
Would that be your fetish, Florian, for Ant-Man to shrink himself down so he's like the size of your penis, so that he can like wrestle it or something? What are you doing with Ant-Man?
I guess sure, but the question is what size? I guess he would be exactly the size of the penis, so pretty small. But
would that be a fair fight?
I'm sure I can shoot more webs than a Spider-Man. So
would you rather fight one Paul Rudd-sized Florian's penis or one Florian's penis-sized Paul Rudd? Kino Corner, answer.
Okay, one Paul Rudd-sized Florian's penis, so a man-sized penis, or a very, very small man.
Very small.
But according to the movies, even when he's small, he can still, pack a big punch, right?
Oh, that's when he's the strongest.
Yeah, so I would say I'd rather fight a giant penis because it's probably just going to be limp most of the time anyways, and it's just going to be an easy fight. He has no limbs, nothing really to attack me with. It's just going to flop around, and it's going to be like a Dark Souls boss,
Florian, are you most powerful when your dick is small?
Maybe. No. Yeah, I guess. I'm weak.
Why do you think he's so powerful all the time?
Oh, fuck.
Well, as you can tell, all four of us were engaged by Doctor Strange 2, which I think should be changed. The name should be changed to Doctor Strange versus Scarlet Witch. I feel like Multiverse of Madness promised a lot more than the movie actually offered. I think I've heard everybody say this, but it bears repeating. Where was the Multiverse of Madness in the film? They went to one other universe?
There was red. Red means go.
Yeah.
It was like 30 seconds of the Multiverse of Madness, and when it started happening, I was like, oh, cool, it's going to be like all these different like weird universes. It's basically going to be like that Family Guy episode where Brian and Stewie go to all the different multiverses, and all of them are like really different from each other.
Isn't that sad that Family Guy did this concept better in a 22-minute cartoon than this fucking $200 million budget Marvel movie?
Come on, it was a good movie, okay?
Well, there are like 4 or 5 universes we see in this movie.
Hey, Florian,
really like 3.
I just want to address Florian's point. I'm not saying the movie was bad. I'm saying it's creatively bankrupt. When you have an unlimited sandbox for a movie, the potential is endless. You can do literally anything with this concept. And what did they do with it? It's sterile. They did nothing.
I just want to say this too, is that now, I'm not the biggest fan of Everything Everywhere All at Once, but that did the whole multiverse idea a lot better than Doctor Strange. I think anyone who's seen both will probably agree with that. But
Family Guy does it better. Rick and Morty does it better. I can't think of a multiverse property that does it worse than this movie.
Really, he went to 3 different universes and then one sort of inter-universe thing. And the other universe was basically just like almost exactly like our universe, except it was red meant green and green meant red, and there was some more plant life, I guess.
And food is free, so it's like a
random memory recall stations out in the open.
It was just like our universe, but slightly more sci-fi.
Well,
and then
to be fair though, didn't Tony Stark in the original universe create like a thing where he could talk to his parents in the past, like recalling his memory through holograms and shit? So, I mean,
he didn't share it. It was all.
I guess in this universe he did.
Yeah, I guess because that universe is about sharing is caring. And then that universe, they call themselves the Illuminati. And when they're like, we're the Illuminati, I was like, oh, fuck off, come on.
Look, that's from the comics. A lot of these like concepts and things are done in the comics. And
I know, but it doesn't mean that I have to like it.
Now, do you think the real world Illuminati forced Marvel to name their team Illuminati so that when people Google search the term, a bunch of Marvel shit pops up? You know what? That's a pretty good idea. Kevin Feige is probably one of the lead members of the Illuminati. And maybe this movie with Sam Raimi trying to get into it, as well as maybe Benedict Cumberbatch. And this is their way of being accepted. But I do want to point something out. I think there's a reason why they called it Multiverse of Madness, but it's going to sound really because
retarded.
Of Mom?
Yep. Mom, yeah.
Stupid.
Oh, wow. Okay,
it's literally true.
And they release it on like Mother's Day weekend too.
Yep.
Yeah, so it's like, right? The movie is a woman hits the wall, gets mad about it, and then threatens to destroy the world.
Well, before we bring in all the red-pilled, perceptions of the film, let's bring in a segment I like to call Florian's Corner. No more Kino corners, and God forbid any E-Rich corners. We need to just focus on Florian's opinion because he clearly feels differently than Kino, and I think he should have 1 minute uninterrupted to really let us know the truth about the film.
Oh wow, I was really just waiting to jump in. So yeah. I disagree like completely. I feel like this movie was really good for a multiverse movie, and like you should also focus on the madness part where they both struggle with magic that will make them mad or is very dangerous. So I like that they focused on that, and I definitely like how they focused on the characters instead of focusing too much on the craziness of going to all the different multiverses. I feel like more random shit would not have improved this movie, and I think it was all very good, and I really enjoyed the arc that Doctor Strange had to go through, and America was cool too. It's a real Rick and Morty tale, just there for us all to enjoy, you know? It was great.
Hey Florian, can you tell me how much you love America?
A moderate amount? What?
No, just tell me how much you love America. Say, I love America so much. Like,
that is so weird. It's like the weirdest name you could give a character all the time. It's like, we gotta save America. What? And then, like, half the movie later, I figured out, oh, it's the character, right? I'm pretty sure.
Wait.
I'm bad with names, okay?
You went most of the runtime thinking, why are they trying to save America? Not realizing that the like MacGuffin character is America.
It happened a lot, okay?
Wow. Incredible.
It's like, yeah, you go over there and do something with America. What? With all of America? I don't get it.
Florian's like, this is a weird multiverse concept. Is people trying to save a country?
Yeah, it's so weird that, like, the character America that ties the whole multiverse together is, well, called America. Like, really? So, like, the symbolism is that America ties all of it together?
Well, let's talk about the character of America, because that...
America is a lesbian POC. Get over it, bigots.
Well, so we're introduced to this character. It's a 16-year-old Hispanic girl who she's the only one who can hop between universes, and there's only one of her. There's no other version of her in any other universe. She's unique, one of a kind OC, donut steal. character, and her flashback is just shockingly, embarrassingly bad and hilarious. Where she's like hanging out in a field with her two lesbian moms, which I don't give a fuck. That's fine. Should anybody care? For all we know, this is a universe of only women. They're like the Jurassic Park dinosaurs in the way that they reproduce.
Amazon women.
Life
like
finds
Wonder
a way.
Woman.
Well, I would rather compare these women to beasts, but I guess we can compare them to other humans. But she gets scared of a bee, and I guess like, I don't know what happened. She's scared of the bee, and then because of that, a portal to another dimension opens and sucks her lesbian parents away. And I'm like, wait, what?
Look,
scared of a bee did that?
The stupidest shit. That is one of the most realistic things in this whole movie.
Yeah,
is a little kid being like, "Oh fuck, a bee," and then accidentally kills her parents. Or
yeah, honestly, like there's nothing more dangerous than a child with superpowers. Like I don't know how they don't all kill their parents. It's a miracle, really.
So my question to the three of you is: which bee-related scene in cinema history is more funny? The Wicker Man Nicolas Cage bee scene, or the I zapped my lesbian parents away bee scene?
I think the zapped my lesbian parents away bee scene is more funny conceptually, but the Wicker Man bee scene is just more funny to watch.
It's just a better performance. Nicolas Cage is just the king of Kino, you know?
That's true.
Yeah. Not the bees.
Well, E-Rich, I guess your vote doesn't matter.
I guess, yeah.
Like usual. Voting up in whatever state you're living in. I don't think you voted right in the last couple of elections, huh?
Oh, I'm not going to vote anymore.
Yeah. And if you guys can hear that in the E-Rich's background, I think he's having some construction done on his brain or something. What's going on?
That's right. Open heart surgery over here.
Yeah, so hopefully I can edit that out in post. But where should we go next? Kino, what's the next reason why you love the movie?
The next reason why I love the movie. So actually, before I, talk about maybe how I thought it was kind of boring and whatever, I do want to give it some compliments, which is I'm a big fan of Sam Raimi's directing style. So like the camera movement, some of the montage scenes, I liked the creativity that he put into that. And, like I went and saw Darkman, an older Sam Raimi film last week in the cinema. I think Red Letter Media did a video on it. And he just has a really fun way of showing things with the camera. And I liked how he integrated some like schlocky kind of B horror elements, like with the zombie and just with the way that he shot it. And I do like how he added in some gore. Now, people who are like saying Doctor Strange should be rated R, it's like, dude, no, this is what PG-13 should be. Like, it should be a little bit bloody. It should be a little bit violent if it's an action movie, sci-fi action movie like this is. I remember when PG-13 movies were like way, way worse. I mean, hell, Indiana Jones and the Temple of Doom is PG, and the guy rips another dude's heart out. It's like, I don't know. I think that I think the problem is that a lot of Marvel movies should honestly get the PG rating, and they've been getting PG-13, and this movie feels like it's PG-13, but all these people are so just like used to these kiddie films that they see like a little bit of blood or a little bit of a scary thing, and they go, "No, this can only be for adults. This has to be R-rated. I can't handle it." It's like,
well, speaking of that, I think I've actually crafted the solution that will not only save the art of cinema, but also the theater-going experience. Step one would be get rid of the MPAA ratings altogether. There's no more G, PG, none, all of it's gone. Step number two, nobody under the age of 13 is allowed to go to a movie theater. Would that not fix everything?
Why do you always hate kids so much?
No, because PG-13 movies, the existence of them makes studios want to water down art and make it more palatable so that they can make more money. But if there is no PG-13, there is no R, you can just make any movie you want, I think that would be better.
I just don't get to see movies.
Fuck them! They have Disney Plus! Release the movies on Disney Plus and watch it at home, kid! I don't give a fuck! You're just gonna be on your phone and screaming and crying and rooting my fucking Doctor Strange movie the whole time.
Minions.
Every fucking movie I want to see is full of kids now.
Well, they can't see them on Disney Plus either. Then, if they can't see
Not
the
my
movies at
problem.
all.
They can then hang themselves in their closet. I don't give a fuck, dude. You think I
It wouldn't
care?
work.
Fucking
You
watch it
wouldn't
at
get any-
home.
You wouldn't get any movie fans ever because nobody grows up with movies. You're a madman.
I mean,
you just want to destroy
the way the
multiverse.
trend is
went
going,
boring.
the movie theater is
I kinda
kind of
went
on
boring on this one.
the movie theater is
Yeah.
kind of on decline anyway. So this is the only way to
Monkey,
fix
you
it.
want to destroy the pure experience of a child going to see Minions: Rise of Gru
Yeah,
in
no, I
theaters
want-
this
Yeah,
summer.
man.
Kids movies can go straight to Disney Plus, even if Illumination made it. I really don't care. It's not about trying to preserve the future generations' experience. I'm trying to preserve my experience. I don't give a fuck. They're
Then you
ruining
should
it
stay
for
home.
me. No. Au contraire, mon frere. We're gonna send their asses home, and I gotta go. I'm the one with the money to buy the big popcorn. Those kids ain't got shit.
Did you buy the Doctor Strange Multiverse of Madness popcorn bucket?
No, but I did buy the Batman popcorn bucket when it came out.
Wow.
Yeah, I do have that one.
Yeah,
You use
they
it
were
for
sold out.
Strange?
They were sold out of the Doctor Strange bucket, and I saw it on Saturday or Sunday. So they my AMC sold out like I think on the first day.
You went to see this at AMC when you live right next to a what's that called? Alamo Draft House?
Alamo Draft House.
Why would you ever go to AMC?
Well, there's an AMC the same distance away, basically, and the Alamo Draft House was all sold out. So
I thought you were just
I
getting
haven't.
tired of all the staff flirting with you,
no,
male and
no,
female.
The AMC was, or no, the Alamo Draft House. You know, the screens aren't that big, so you know, it was pretty much.
From my experience, size is it's more about the motion of the ocean, and it's not really the size that matters when it comes to a movie screen. But
Yeah, well, they sold out because it's a big movie or whatever. So I went to the AMC and I saw it in an IMAX, but I was really disappointed with the IMAX here because the IMAX was like half the size of the IMAX back home.
It's a Limax.
It's a Limax. Yeah, and I was like, what the fuck? This is basically like a regular movie theater.
wait,
What
Everett,
does it even matter? Like, isn't the screen the same distance from you? I mean, the same size in relation to the
no,
distance?
When you go into a real IMAX, you know it.
It's like stories high. It's like fucking
Yeah, but you're
Yeah.
further away, right? So it should
No.
be the same size.
No,
No.
it's like you
No,
get
no.
engulfed by it.
You're just
it's
uncomfortably close to it.
I mean,
And
Florian
the thing
told
I've
me.
really missed-
Florian said his favorite way to watch a movie is under the blankets with his phone, and he pretends it's a movie screen, so he doesn't really get the whole size thing.
the
Yeah,
thing
just
I've
get
really
closer to
missed.
the phone.
Shut up, Florian. The thing I've really missed from the IMAX screenings I used to go to is the sound that just like
Mhm.
Oh,
envelops
yeah.
you. It shakes you to the bone. Oh man.
Interstellar has not hit me the same way since when I saw it in IMAX.
Yeah.
That's like every Nolan movie though, because Dunkirk I
Yeah.
think is a movie that you love if you saw it in IMAX, but it's like I won't watch it again. I loved it in IMAX because like all the bullet sounds was just like, I mean, it shocked you. Like all the sound design was just amazing in that, and it took up the entire IMAX screen, and you just felt like you were there. It was larger than life, and
You're saying you will not watch it again?
unless it comes back on IMAX,
So
like
it's the opposite of Bravo, Nolan.
well,
Just say no Bravo from me. One time was enough.
Ovarb. Ovarb Nolan.
Ovarb Nolan. Do we have any other thoughts about this movie? How about
Yeah, I
Wanda?
wanted
Did you
to
guys like
say-
Wanda?
I wanted to say you guys are fucking simps who don't know what the fuck you're talking about.
Oh.
Wanda is my queen. Actually, I'm the simp. Wanda is a
Yeah,
queen.
wait,
I
what?
love to watch her slay the entire fucking movie. She fucking raced Black Bolt's mouth and then popped his fucking skull. I was happy to see Fantastic Four Reed Richards on screen. I fucking hate John Krasinski though, so I'm glad he got fucking torn into spaghetti. I'm so glad to see Sam Raimi back making movies finally. It's been like fucking 10 years since whatever the fuck Great and Powerful Oz. That movie sucked. But look, he's got the fucking crossfades going in this fucking movie, montages. You've got the transitions from fucking scene to scene where like Wong walks into the fucking picture and we get the transition there. I was floored throughout this movie that they actually let Sam Raimi do his fucking shit. You've got Bruce Campbell beating the shit out of himself, which always needs to happen in a Sam Raimi picture. So I was just so happy.
I kind of wish that Bruce Campbell was like another Doctor Strange from like another universe. And I don't know. I mean, this is like this wish thing. And I guess this is me thinking it in terms of like, oh, it's just going to be this multiverse of madness, right? Like there's going to be all sorts of like weird sort of things, and they're going to play around with the character. But then it's like, oh yeah, every Doctor Strange in every universe, for one, is bitchless and is basically they're all the same.
Yeah, and for 3, why are they all Benedict Cumberbatch? Like Marvel has proved...
He got his bitch at the end of the movie. That's Clea. That's his wife.
Well, yeah, but my point is, in the Loki show, they show that, you know, in this universe, Loki is a crocodile. In this one, he's a little black kid. And Peter Parker, you know, they just did Far From Home or No Way Home. The 3 Peter Parkers are all different people. So why is Doctor Strange Benedict Cumberbatch in every universe?
I think it would have been funny, or would have been a fun movie, and it would have definitely felt like a Sam Raimi movie if, like, as I said, Bruce Campbell was a Doctor Strange, and he was just like this like unhinged Bruce Campbell type character. And I like seeing like Bruce Campbell in it. Like that was a fun moment, but I felt like a lot more could have been done with the concept. And I kind of agree that it was less about the kind of multiverse traveling or whatever, and more just about Wanda wanting to destroy or control the entire multiverse just so that she can be with her kids. But
so I have a pitch, and I know Florian and E-Rich, you guys like the movie how it is. So I think my goal here, and maybe Kino, you can help me out and like give me some pointers and details. What if we can pitch a better version of this movie and convince the other 2 guys that we're right? Because I think I have a pretty good idea. Are you down to clown?
I mean, as long as it's directed by Sam Raimi, that's all I care about.
Definitely Sam Raimi. I think we can make a better Sam Raimi movie.
So Kino has to make a pitch as well, and he has to come up with it.
No, he can join mine. He can join mine if he wants to.
Okay. Can I say one last thing though before the pitch?
Yeah.
Is I agree with E-Rich about like how fun Sam Raimi's direction is, but at the end of the day, it's like Sam Raimi's direction was kind of the icing on the cake, but the substance of the cake is still like your kind of formulaic Marvel movie. So it felt like, oh, this is good, but at the end of the day, it all kind of plays out like how any Marvel movie would, and it kind of still has all the same.
I mean, like for me at least, this is kind of encapsulating the Marvel universe, where you have a hero character from the last couple of movies who's kind of gone bad now and becomes the villain for this picture. And that to me is much more interesting than the run-of-the-mill Marvel movie where you set up a villain, he is really just there to spin his mustache and twiddle his thumbs, and then the hero comes in and blows him away. To me, it was much more interesting in this movie to have a character that their entire deal we already know about. We know that
I don't watch any of the TV shows. Away. I don't watch any of the TV shows. So.
Yeah, she talks about in this movie, like, I killed my husband or the person I loved, and it gave us nothing. Like, it was for nothing that I did that. Like, they are side-loading things that you've seen before into Wanda's motivation. So to me, at least, that is much more rewarding than 90% of the other shit that Marvel makes.
I would say, if anything, skipping WandaVision makes this movie a little more coherent, because like she has a whole arc where she like is overcoming and dealing with her grief, and then in like the post-credit scene of the TV show, she opens up the Darkholm evil spellbook that like taints your soul and makes you evil. So like that's all you need, is that she has been tainted by this evil spellbook. The rest of it was almost irrelevant.
Yeah, and it doesn't even make sense, because it seems like she was gonna stop being evil at the end, but then
exactly
out of nowhere, nope, gets evil again.
She touched the evil blood.
I think taking over an entire town, even if at the end they tell you, oh, that you shouldn't have done that, you should fuck off. If you fuck off at the end and you suffer no consequences or repercussions for that, she's just going to go and do it again. Like that's what I took from WandaVision, is that they eventually got through to her and they were like, oh, you shouldn't do that to an entire town of people, but she still wants what she wanted. Like, yeah.
All right, so Mumkey, let's hear the pitch.
Okay. This movie is going to be spiritually similar to two other movies. I'm talking Bill and Ted's Excellent Adventure and Mad Max Fury Road. What if it's the same plot. Wanda is chasing after America and Doctor Strange is trying to protect her. But what if instead of just going to one universe and hanging out with the Illuminati in some sterile, boring fucking council room for 20 minutes and then Doctor Strange has a fucking hand-to-hand fucking fist combat with some guy? Like, I don't fucking care. This is boring. What if instead of that, it's a high-octane thrill ride? That's right. Directed by Sam Raimi, master of horror. And they realized the only way to stop the Scarlet Witch is with very specific principles and properties that can only be accomplished if we pluck very specific versions of people from different universes. So just like in Bill and Ted, where they have to go to each little part of time and pick up a passenger. Let's do the same thing, but with like the whole cast of Marvel, and you could do anything. We could get a version of Iron Man who is played by Captain America, who has a certain thing about him that can contribute to the equation that defeats the witch, and spend like 10 to 12 minutes in each different universe where we have to go find and collect this person and make the universes creative and super unique and fun, and just like the atmosphere and the environment itself causes problems that the characters have to overcome, and it's like the group is slowly building and getting bigger with all these different versions of the Avengers joining up. I mean, wouldn't that be way more fun? And you would actually have people standing up and clapping instead of when Dr. X or whatever fuck Professor X, rolls in. Nobody gave a fuck in my theater. Nobody clapped. No, like I think one person breathed. And that was it.
But you want more of that. You want more random characters.
Yeah,
from the other
because they should actually be part of the movie. It should actually be part of the story.
Yeah, I agree. And having each different universe be completely atmospherically different, like a desert planet, some sort of maybe a cartoon universe, maybe I don't know.
Just and it's like Mad Max, because the whole time Scarlet Witch is in hot pursuit and fucking their shit up.
And that would actually fix too a lot of the pacing issues, because I found the pacing to just really go to a crawl when it would cut back to Wong and Scarlet Witch doing their thing, and I'm just I really don't care about this. You would have some stuff happening. I mean, the pacing of this new Doctor Strange movie is all over the place. I thought the pacing was terrible. I thought that was actually the worst part of the movie, but
also, if you have a character named America, thematically, if we're bringing a diverse group of people together to be with America, hello, people. Sam Raimi, call me. Hello. E-Rich, what do you think of my script?
I don't like the sound of it.
Yeah, fuck you. Your movie would have sucked more.
I think you can't keep adding something to movies and you need a central character. You need to give them a obstacle or a problem that they have to solve, and you have to have a clean resolution. You can't just keep adding thing upon thing upon thing upon thing upon thing.
What do you mean? Have you seen Bill and Ted? It's the same movie.
But that movie is about Bill and Ted having to put a history paper together or something. So they're going around to different universes.
Yeah, and this movie's about we need to stop Scarlet Witch, and we need to have teamwork like in every other superhero movie ever made.
I don't know.
I think it fits.
Yeah, because
Florian, would you watch my movie?
I mean, I probably will watch it, but I think this movie is really good, and it doesn't really need to be changed in this way.
This movie's just so dull. With you take the concept of unlimited creativity and you just dull it down. I
disagree with the pacing issue, because this is one of the movies that I think actually does it right. With it escalates things, and then also the third act to me is the best act of the movie, where when he is dream walking or whatever, and he possesses the corpse of the undead Strange that we saw at the beginning of the movie, and he's like taming these like fucking demons or whatever. Like that is the most excited I've been in a Marvel movie for the past probably 5 or 6 years.
Oh yeah, but that was my favorite part of the movie. But
it was like fucking Dark Souls shit.
Yeah,
it was
but
like I was
only in the
somebody...
final act. Like the first 2 acts of the movie, I don't think Sam Raimi had much over.
The final act should be the best one. It should be the climax. It should be the most exciting thing.
It's just so dull before that. That's the problem. It's just like, look, I don't fucking care. Like, okay, so it's the most excited I've been for a Marvel movie for the last 5 years, but I mean, I hate Marvel movies. So it's like, oh wow, I don't hate this. I mean, that's how I felt.
Really?
Yeah, I'd say as far as phase,
fine to hate these things.
In Phase 4 movies, this is the best one, but that's not a very high bar to scale when you're up against the Eternals and Shang-Chi and Black Widow.
God.
Like this movie is
Spider-Man No Way Home, which I fucking hated so much.
Thank you, Kino.
This one is easily the best one.
Well, the reason why I don't like your pitch as much is because it kind of reminds me too much of Endgame, where they also went back to like previous things that happened in the
yeah, but this is that on a whole new scale because it's throughout the entire movie.
You keep saying it's that on a whole new scale, but it's not going to feel that way.
It will if you make each universe unique.
No, because the thing about Endgame, right, when they were going back through all the different time, is that how that operated within the movie, it was almost like the end of like a TV series where they're like, let's take a look back at some of the best clips from the episodes. You know, so it's like a clip show of like all our favorite moments from.
It's a victory lap. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
It was the worst thing for me. I hated it.
No, I hated it too. Dude, I wanted to fucking destroy my TV when he said that's America's ass. I literally got up and I was filled with such
when
rage.
He said that, he was referring to the 16-year-old Latina girl.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, Captain America's a pedophile.
But no, I see what Mumkey wants to do, and you don't even have to necessarily with each universe have like different characters or different like properties or whatever in them. It can just be like new obstacles that present themselves, in this universe in a kind of a chase type of movie, in a sort of something like Sorcerer or Mad Max Fury Road or something like that. Where they just have different obstacles that they're overcoming, and it's just kind of a constant kind of taut pacing throughout, and just having a lot of fun with saying like, hey, why don't we just have them go into, as I said, maybe some kind of jungle or desert planet or some kind of cartoon universe or something where it's like all the physics is like different and still centering it around the two main characters.
And still have the universe with evil Doctor Strange, so you can have your little Beethoven, music note battle. Like, you can keep all the cool shit. God, that was
so fucking cool.
Yeah, keep all the cool shit.
Yeah. Yeah, exactly.
I don't think it works. I don't think you can just take this movie and say, have more fun with it. I don't think this movie...
It's a Marvel movie. The big criticism that Martin Scorsese has is that these movies feel like amusement park rides, and I wish he was right. I wish this movie felt like a roller coaster. I wish I was thrilled. I fucking wish it was an amusement park ride. Marty needs to watch these movies and realize how dull they are.
I mean, you could just watch, like, the one where Hulk was a gladiator, and then it's like you got all the random shit happening all around in these other movies. I feel like this is a good change.
Most of the other movies are boring as fuck, dude. Did you watch the Eternals?
Eternals, I was about to say that, Kino. Like, Eternals, I will give you, is boring as fuck. I was practically falling asleep in the fucking IMAX showing, and not even at the end of the movie, because my thing is, like, I fall asleep near the end of a movie. In the middle of the movie, I was like so out of it, so just not caring.
That movie's like almost 3 hours long
yes!
too.
Awful. That movie has it too. That movie has it where they go all over the place as well for no goddamn reason.
Yeah, but that's with a bunch of characters that we have no idea who they are and we don't care, and the story's boring. This would have been thrilling, and we already are established with Doctor Strange, so we have our central character to focus on. Eternals was just bad in every way.
Also, I wanted to say that Eternals had like no color to any of the shots. Like what I'm talking about, and I think also what Mumkey's talking about is having like very kind of vibrant. Maybe some places will be duller in color, but some places will be more vibrant and everything like that. I felt like there was hardly any sort of this like contrast and color set or contrast and aesthetic between these multiverses. Like when they go to the one that has the Illuminati, like you have a little bit more what looks like CGI than plant life, like flora, and and so it like gives a little color, but it still kind of generally has a gray look throughout the whole thing, which is like a lot of Marvel movies, I guess. But I just wish that there was some sort of like playing around with visuals a bit more.
The sad thing is they tease us. They want us to think that there's potential in that shot where they're like flying through 6 universes in about 10 seconds, and they show us what they could have done. It's like, oh, it's such blue balls. Like, oh, just imagine what if instead of 1 second in this cartoon universe, what if we got 10 whole minutes in it? Wouldn't that have been great? Instead, you get to go to the grayscale universe and stand in front of a council of fucking just knockoff superheroes who are about to get spaghettified in 10 minutes. And they will never be heard from again. You guys really think that's more entertaining? Really? Fuck you, Florian. You're off the show.
They could have added like one more universe where they spend like 10 minutes. That might have been fine, but otherwise, I think it just told a really good story.
He's starting to negotiate.
He's like, I'll give you 3 more universes. That's where I cut it off.
Yeah, but no more. Like, keep the rest. Add this. Don't cut anything. Just add like more of that. Okay?
No, it doesn't need to be longer. 2 hours was a fine length. I did like that about Doctor Strange. All these Marvel movies, it seems like, have been getting like to the 2.5 hour, almost 3 hour point, and I'm glad that they cut this off at 2. Like,
can we talk? About? Oh, sorry for interrupting. But can we talk about how Loki establishes that there's one timeline, and now we have all these multiverses? What don't I get? Why did they do that? Why doesn't the central authority stop all these multiverses from existing?
They have a very weird multiverse system.
Well, they got killed, and now we have 1 million multiverses instantly? You'd think they'd slowly diversify.
Well, there's a really weird multiverse system that it seems like in this. So like in other... and other things like Everything Everywhere All at Once or Family Guy or whatever, the idea of the multiverse is that there's an infinite number of multiverses. But it seems like in the Marvel multiverse, there's actually a limited number of multiverses because they have each one numbered. And I want to say this too. This is probably Sam Raimi's doing, is that the original universe where our Doctor Strange and the Marvel universe, I should say, is designated 616, which is the number of the beast. A lot of people think it's 666, but 616 is actually the number of the beast. That was a little, probably like.
Is that from the comics though, Rich?
Yeah, that's from the comics.
Oh, that's from the comics.
616, yeah.
Okay. Well, that is the number of the beast.
Where's that number from? What beast? It's
like the mark of the devil.
Why 616?
616. It's always been that way. I don't know.
So in the Bible, then.
Yeah, but the idea of 666, I believe, is actually a translation.
Mistranslation, yeah.
Yeah.
Wow.
So, but I think that in this Marvel universe, it's like a limited number of multiverses. It's not like it's this infinite. I don't know, but that's at least the vibe. That's the idea that I got from this movie, because the one evil Doctor Strange was trying to kill off all the other Doctor Stranges, and the thing is like, if there was an unlimited number of multiverses or universes in the multiverse,
he would never be able to do it.
yeah, exactly. But it's a Sisyphean task.
Yeah.
Well, one
Monkey's like, that's too big for me.
I mean, I think more importantly, we should focus on the concept of sleepwalking or sleep dreamwalking. Basically, the movie tells us when you have a dream about yourself, you're not actually dreaming, you're watching.
Wait, so I'm gay in other universes?
Yeah, you're watching yourself in another universe. So, what are your
you're
multiverse
the gay
selves?
Corner in that universe.
Yeah. What are the other versions of you guys doing? Because I'm like falling off of cliffs a lot.
Yeah, me too. I guess maybe there's a universe where people just fall off cliffs all the time.
Yeah, there must
I've
be.
had a couple zombie dreams, so I guess I'm in some kind of zombie movie in other universes.
I really hardly get any dreams, but I guess the only dream that I can remember was that one time I was in a stadium and it was overrun with lions. So what was that about?
Whoa.
Weird.
All right, I had a dream that I got eaten by one of those sandworms from Dune when I was a kid. So I guess the Dune universe is real.
Do you think that there's a universe of racial equality, and that's the dream that Martin Luther King Jr. had?
I'd like to imagine in the universe of perfect racial equality, Martin Luther King Jr. is an awful racist.
Well, how could it be? He wouldn't be able to exist.
He's terribly unhappy.
Oh, man.
Nothing to fight against.
Well, does anybody have any final, biting, burning, you just gotta get it off your chest opinions about this movie that you just desperately need to waste more of our time with? Kino, go.
No, I mean, I think it's just, I think it's Sam Raimi did a good job directing it, but at the end of the day, it's a Marvel movie.
Did he really direct it? Is the question.
Well, I mean, he directed
because
it.
he hasn't directed anything in 10 years. He likes money. Edgar Wright, he quit because Marvel wanted to direct the movie for him. Did Sam Raimi just take the money?
I would say this. The substance of the movie feels very Kevin Feige, right? It feels very MCU. That's what I was saying, is that Sam Raimi, I see his direction like in the camera work, and in some of the lines of dialogue, and then Bruce Campbell being in there. But the substance of it is still just like every other Marvel movie, because they are very controlling. Kevin Feige is, as we have seen, not just Edgar Wright. I think there's been other cases where they kind of fell out with some directors. Yeah, I mean,
Joss Whedon.
Like they want. Yeah, and also with Jurassic Park, they fell out with Colin Trevorrow because he said that the Jurassic World Fallen Kingdom script was stupid, and they fired him because he said that.
Wait, who fired Colin Trevorrow?
Yeah, so they got Jay Bayona to direct Jurassic World Fallen Kingdom because. This is what I heard, at least. Colin Trevorrow, when they were coming up with the story to Fallen Kingdom, said that the story sounded stupid, and he kept pushing against it, saying like, "No, this is going to be dumb. Like, this is going to be idiotic." And then they're like, "Okay, we're going to fire you and just write it ourselves, and then hire a director."
I thought he did the script for Fallen Kingdom, and he wasn't directing that one because he was going to direct Star Wars Episode 9. Which that also
maybe that was I don't know, maybe I'm getting it mixed up, but
it's probably that like it's his script for Episode 9 that they didn't like and they fired him off of that.
Yeah, but like these people, like a lot of these big companies now, they want company men, right? They want people like Kevin Feige, Kathleen, whatever her last name is, or Lucasfilm lady. They want directors to go in there and maybe make it look cool, but at the end of the day, do exactly what they want, So, and I get that sense from Doctor Strange. It could have been a lot more creative. It could have been a lot more fun. I had a decent time watching it, but at the same time, there were a lot of parts that bored me, felt kind of dull. And then when I walked out of it, I didn't walk out of it with the feeling like, wow, that was great. I kind of walked out of it like feeling absolutely nothing. So I was just like, okay, well, that was a movie.
The shock ending where Doctor Strange gets a third eye and then leaves through a portal, that didn't have you on the edge of your seat like, oh, I gotta see the next one. Oh my God.
I was like, wow, CGI puke fest at the very end.
Well, that's a classic Raimi ending, is like they think they're okay, and then all of a sudden, some other thing.
I'm just saying, every Marvel movie sets up for the next one, and it sounds like they did not trick Kino Corner into going to the next movie.
I sure hope he's not going to have that eye open the entire time.
Well, Florian, let's go to your... Okay, no, let's go to your...
I'm going to go off what you were saying there. I feel a lot of the same way you felt about this in the first Doctor Strange movie, because that one's done by Scott Derrickson, and I did not feel really any joy in the magic that was being done there. I didn't think it was visually that interesting. They kind of did the Inception effect just endlessly in that movie. And it just was not the Doctor Strange that I knew from the comics. this is much closer to the Doctor Strange and his like use of magic. He's got these fucking monster hands that he summons to do shit for him. The fucking music fight. It just seemed to me that there was a lot more magic-y magic going on. So I really loved that part of it, and tied with Sam Raimi's directorial resurgence here, I just really enjoyed it in a way that Scott Derrickson didn't do for me. And I'm actually glad that they forced Scott Derrickson off of this movie, because he was going to make the sequel, and they got Sam Raimi in here, and I'm so grateful for that.
Florian?
And I gotta say, like, everything was great, okay? The pacing was alright. In fact, it might have
Everything
been
was great, but the pacing was alright.
No, it was great. I misspoke. We start out with the dream sequence, and it's like way over the top, and I'm like, okay, this is cool, but like, how is this gonna tie in? And then it was a dream, and that was...
No, it was real.
Slightly disappointing, but then it turned out the dream was real, and I was hooked again. It was great, okay? And the whole story of Doctor Strange, where he just goes to a different universe, but he doesn't like care about the universe too much. He cares about himself in the universe, and it turns out that he was like a really bad guy, and he's almost ruined this universe. And that's more interesting to me than him going in any kind of other stupid Rick and Morty type multiverse.
But bullshit. You could do both. You could do both well in the same movie.
But look, I offered you one extra universe for 10 minutes, okay?
It's only 10 minutes. Come on, Mom. Come on. Billy at school got 20 minutes in the other universe.
All we're asking for is for Doctor Strange to be Rick Sanchez and America Chavez to be Morty.
Literally, yes. That's all I wanted. Is that so much to ask?
They didn't do as much of that, okay? They did plenty of it if you think about it, because like Rick is pretty evil, and he fights evil Ricks all the time. So we got a lot of that actually, and they focused a lot on the important stuff. That's just cool, okay? And just when he had to use that necromancy on himself, like it's just so good. It was like way better than most things ever in Marvel universes, because he really had to wrestle us in the darkness. It was just a beautiful tale. I really wish you guys would have enjoyed it more.
Well, no, I enjoyed it. I wanted to agree with both of you. E-Rich, I agree that this movie's much better than Doctor Strange 1. That's a movie I never return to and don't really have any interest in watching again. And to agree with you, Florian, the movie's good. I mean, I'm just disappointed. I like the necromancy. I thought that was one of the more unique and creative ways. Doctor Strange seems to always come up with a fun, creative way to defeat his villain. In the first movie, that was the best part, when he makes a time loop and he's willing to spend all of eternity getting killed over and over again to save, the world. I thought that was pretty cool. And in this one, taking over his own corpse and being a de-jawed zombie, for the final act of the movie, that's great. It's great. But like me and Kino keep saying, it doesn't make up for the boring, sterile, useless parts of this movie that I thought would be vibrant and action-packed and exciting.
Well,
I gave it a 6 out of 10 on Letterboxd. Like,
I just gotta say,
I thought it was okay.
Like, you have all these, like, I don't think it would have been the same if you have like the big necromancer reveal, but then all along you just had like random bullshit happening all along.
It's not random bullshit. It's not random bullshit. That's how your brain might work. But in the script that I'm talking about, like the story makes sense and they go places because of the plot, but because of the characters. Like, it's not just fucking random.
No, but you want to bring in more characters that like are.
What's wrong with fucking characters in a movie? What do you mean? Well, they introduced the Illuminati. It was a waste of time. They introduced 5 characters that were killed off. Let's replace those 5 with characters that can be in the entire movie, can actually contribute to the plot, things that people will be excited to see.
Also, maybe die in the third act to give the third act a little bit more levity.
Yeah, don't die 5 minutes after you're introduced. That's what I call a waste of time.
Monkey, you can say every time, but my version would be good.
I mean, I think the people in the comments can tell me that my version sounds like shit too, but I'd be willing to bet most people would find what I described more entertaining and exciting than what this movie offered. And I think a lot of the critics might feel the same way. This movie's, Marvel did not pay their critics like usual this time around. It's kind of slipping on the tomato meter.
I'm sorry I have to be a contrarian again, but I feel like it was really good that he was stuck in the courtroom and he was and people were just distrusting him because of who he is. And it turns out, yeah, he is that man, okay? He is the man who would use the necromancy. And I feel like it was just such a good conflict that would have not been improved by having more strong characters. I feel like it was good that he had to do it all on his own. I feel like he had to grapple with all the things on his own. It was just magnificent. Sorry.
The only magnificent movie I saw this weekend was a little French movie called Petite Maman, which I would say was a much better cinematic experience.
I gotta check that one out.
It's by Celine Sciamma, who made a Portrait of a Lady on Fire.
Oh, I love that one. I have the Criterion of that. It's so fucking good.
Yeah, so that one was really good. Doctor Strange was just okay.
Yeah. So we have all four of us agreeing the movie was Kino, 10 out of 10, and run, don't walk to your local theater.
Run, don't walk, do a double feature of this with Morbius. You won't regret it.
Wait, is Morbius still in theaters? It's been 5 weeks.
No, I think it's actually out on DVD now or something.
Yeah,
or
just like the Northman. All
the
shittiest movies of the year go straight to VOD. Northman, Morbius.
Yep.
Oh my god! Don't even diss my man Egg.
Bro, how come the Northman did not make $1 billion?
Okay. I'm gonna talk about that in a video probably like next week.
Oh man! After. Oh, I'm on the edge of my seat all over again.
I have my theories.
Well, I can't wait until we cover the Northman on this podcast because I have so much to say about it.
Well, just say it real quick right now because we're not doing a full Northman episode.
Okay, we're doing it now.
Yeah, baby. Go for it. Who gives a fuck? 52 minutes into the Doctor Strange.
Any Northman movie.
It's the only chance that anybody would be able to hear it.
Yeah, I guess that is the amount of screen time that the Northman deserves. The amount of attention. I don't know, I just hated almost everything about the Northman.
What? That's what you've been dying to say is that you hated it?
I hate it!
You fucker!
Now
we need to do now we need to do an episode so I can fucking rip Florian a fucking new one.
Well then I'll title this episode Doctor Strange 2 and the Northman, and then the Northman part will be like 10 minutes at the end.
We need a like Eiffel Tower Florian on this one. It's gonna be Rich versus Florian.
Let's hear it. I will moderate this debate. I thought the movie was pretty good, but you guys are a lot more passionate, so I want to hear you guys.
Like I already put up a video of my initial thoughts on it, and I'm gonna do another video after it comes out on VOD this weekend. All I can say is that it has this. It's like this great adaptation of the story that Hamlet's taken from, but it's shot. It feels. I mean, it does feel somewhere in between Conan the Barbarian and something by Andrei Tarkovsky. The camera work is absolutely fantastic. Going through the doing that, trucking the camera through the one village near the beginning during the battle sequence just blew my mind. The whole coming of age ceremony. I mean, everything, like the movie had this like magical element to it where you really felt like this was a world. It's not like a world where everything is mythological. It's a world where the people see the world in through a mythological lens, and you really get this sort of this feeling with that, and the tone and atmosphere and pacing of the film is just absolutely fantastic, and I just loved it. It was just, I mean, I saw it twice in theaters. I'm gonna get it when it comes out on Blu-ray. I thought that it was like, I wish more blockbusters were like this, where it really felt like I was taken and brought to not just a whole other time, but a whole other like state of mind as well.
Yeah, that's the thing that I have to say about Eggers, is that he has a great way of just transporting you right alongside the people with their beliefs, with their kind of drives of the time, and showing you how they lived their lives and what living in that time would be like. That was my favorite part of The Witch, is that you got into this little girl's head as her parents are fucking selling her off or whatever. Like, everything that he does in The Lighthouse and in The Northman, it just cements you in that time with those people. And yeah, so like there is some wild shit happening in The Northman, but like with that Draugr scene where that fucking monster attacks him or whatever, it's like that's what he could be thinking in his head as he's going to do this thing. Like that is the shit that I love. It's really just incredible filmmaking.
So Florian,
fuck you.
Let's give Florian, a Florian corner, 1 minute rebuttal. Let's go. 2 minute rebuttal. How much suffering do we have to put these men through?
Well, I feel like this debate should go on for quite a while, but all right, let's just go ahead.
No, I just wanted to give you an uninterrupted minute.
We want to keep this less than an hour, Florian, and we're already at 50.
No, well, we're going overtime, okay? Here we go.
All right, Mumkey, get ready for no one to click on.
Hey, let the man speak.
Yeah, oh, Jesus. All right, so yeah, I hate just so much everything about this. Like, I hate the cinematography. I hate the portrayal of the people. I hate the fact that magic is real but isn't real and everything. It just blows my mind, okay? And I retroactively hate The Lighthouse because I see that this man does not have a different mode of making movies. This is just it. Even if he's telling a lame-ass, boring-ass, standard revenge tale, it's still the same dreary bullshit as in The Lighthouse. So there's nothing special about The Lighthouse anymore either. But okay, let's just... Like, why do these historical people have to be so disgusting and boring and lame? That's not how people would have been at any point. They're still people. And why are they dirty? People back then wouldn't have been dirty. You see animals? Are animals dirty? No. They would have groomed themselves. They would have had so much time to be clean and not disgusting. It would have been fine.
I think this is the worst thing an Austrian has ever said.
Now, this is why Florian's YouTube channel deserves way more views, because when he makes his rant videos, like, every line makes me crack up laughing, because he's so passionate, and maybe the accent is getting to me, but hearing Florian rant and rave about something just really tickles my fancy. I don't know.
Oh yeah, well, I got an Elden Ring video, so that's coming up.
I can't wait.
Get ready for a big rant on that one. Anyways, yeah. I don't know, man.
Well, like, I mean, Rich and Kino, you have to agree that The Lighthouse is retroactively ruined now, right?
No.
Oh, yeah, The Lighthouse is retroactively just like the worst movie ever made now.
Yeah. But seriously, what's up with the story anyways? Like, all he wants is just to inflict pain on everyone, and then... Like,
well, all I want is to inflict pain on you now.
Yeah, I'm sure. I'm sure you'll be just as lame as the Norseman, okay?
I mean, is there even any way you guys can debate this? It just sounds like it's just completely based in opinion. I don't know if you can really argue it.
I'm almost done.
It's not a debate. It's one retard fighting two slightly smarter retards.
Likely.
Well, Florian, keep going. I want to laugh.
It's the worst Twilight prequel I've ever seen, okay? Like, why is he a grumpy asshole who just loves murdering people all the time, and then he finds love, and then he decides, nah, I want to keep murdering people, and then he goes to Valhalla, and is like, yeah, good job, mate, you've murdered people. Hell yeah, that's what Vikings are all about. Just murder and no brains, no intrigue, no strategy, just murder, man. And not even good. He didn't even like kill him fast. No, he just wanted to make him suffer, and then ruin everyone's life, ruin his wife's life, his child. But no, somehow they turn out to be kings, even though they're just like the offspring of some deranged barbarian, and orphans. Like
let me support Florian's argument. Would you ever, under any circumstance, choose to die in a volcano instead of be married to Anya Taylor-Joy and you get to clap those cheeks every day? You really gonna go choose to die in a volcano, E-Rich?
I mean, yeah, Monkey, this is the perfect illustration of what we were talking about, is that back in the day, somebody would maybe choose that because the eternal glory of Valhalla.
Well, me and Florian cannot relate.
The other thing is too is that he had to end that cycle of violence that had started when he was a kid.
Did not. He didn't end the cycle of violence. He is the cycle of violence.
Well, he is that cycle of violence, but he had to end it by having himself be killed.
He could have just walked away. Do you know how small? How small the world is back then? He could have just walked away. They would have never caught him. He could have just gone anywhere. The Vikings traveled the entire world. He could have gone to anywhere and be fully safe with his wife. They would not have made chase, and then he could have just killed them then. They would have been weak and useless against him.
You obviously aren't from an honor-based society. That's another thing.
He's from Austria.
Yeah, because an honor-based society is retarded. It's just murder. That's all you got, no honor. And the father of the guy, his only wish was that his son would just become a murderer and that he would die. So his brother gives him that. He kills him because he wanted to die. There wasn't even anything bad about that.
He didn't want to die.
Yeah, he specifically didn't want to have sex with his wife because he might die peacefully, and he wanted to die in battle.
He had like a big fucking wound on his, like he had like been stabbed or whatever. Like, yeah, you're not going to be necessarily in the mood for having sex with your wife if you have a big gaping wound on your stomach. I don't think that, after seeing that, she should really be in the mood either.
I don't actually know if the wound was real, okay? Because so much random magical bullshit happens that I don't think the wound was real.
Definitely real.
He just came back from battle. He was bleeding from it, and then his son stuck his fingers in it, and that's all fine.
Florian, were you shocked at the twist that Amleth's mom was actually behind the whole thing?
I mean, I guess that was like interesting for a while, but then she just becomes deranged and offers him incest.
Well, yeah, it's a woman.
Yeah.
I thought it was an accurate representation.
No, she's not offering him incest. It was a power play over him to basically scare him away.
So you think that maybe some reader response theory would suggest something about Florian's interpretation of the scene?
I think that Florian completely misinterpreted a lot of the movie, and that's why he hates it. I honestly think you don't get it. If I'm gonna be honest, I hate saying that to people, like, oh, you just don't get it. But after hearing your takes on it, I honestly just think that you just didn't get it.
Oh yeah? What didn't I get, huh?
Watch the movie again.
Yeah, well, just go do your own research, libtard.
Wow. Impressive.
E-Rich, do you have any other thoughts on Florian's take?
Florian, just fucking try to get on our level, please.
Well, nobody wants to get on your level. That's why the movie bombed. Okay, it's a trash movie. It didn't work out.
Look, it's in a pandemic. It was released. It doesn't.
You can't use that excuse anymore, E-Rich.
It is a plague, okay? A plague on cinema.
What R-rated movie is doing amazing nowadays? The Last Duel fucking failed. I love that movie.
Even the Suicide Squad failed.
R-rated movies just don't.
Yeah, Batman did well.
It's all been Disneyfied. Like, it's like you get the PG-13 or you have to keep your budget below $10 million.
You guys just shit on me. I said get rid of the ratings. You guys said I was wrong. It would fix it. Just make any movie you want. Forget trying to make it PG-13. Just make it.
I think that there should be 2 ratings, right?
No, 0 ratings.
No. I think that there should be 2 ratings because I do think that you should be able to like bring kids to the movie theater to see like kids movies.
Fuck
and, like,
you.
No,
like
kids,
I think that there should be like it's made for kids. It's basically like the old rating where it was like it's general audiences and then it's M, which was like PG back then, but it'd be like maybe like PG-13 to R. Now it's like, hey, here's a movie for adults. Here's a movie for little kids, or and it's like. And that's it.
Or let's do what America should have done a long time ago and bring back segregation, movie theaters exclusively for children and parents, and movie theaters where children are banned. I think Alamo does that at some point in the night. It should just be 24 hours a day.
Yeah, like I mean, I agree with the fact that like ratings now don't really have nearly the weight that they used to have, but not in the cinemas, because the cinemas will still like card people. But like, okay, so you get carded to watch an R-rated movie in the cinema. Sometimes that still happens to me. And But then you can go on Netflix and you can watch fucking Gaspar Noé's Love, which is NC-17, you know?
You can go on Twitter and watch hardcoreblack.com fucking behind-the-scenes footage.
But like the internet and streaming services have made a lot of these ratings pretty obsolete. I think it'd be better just to say like, okay, this movie contains this and this and this, but it's whatever. Like The Northman, for an R-rated movie, is really not that graphic in any way. Like I've seen way worse. I mean, Gladiator is probably
the most disgusting movie I've seen in ages.
What was disgusting about
you're a pussy, so like
no,
the
but
Gladiator
other than
is,
Anya Taylor-Joy's bloody pussy, what part of the movie was disgusting to you?
Well, weren't they always dirty and muddy and
no?
Oh god, and
no, they weren't.
Greasy hair and. Fine.
You telling me if I looked at you right now through your webcam, I wouldn't see any dirt, grease, or muddy hair or nothing like that? You're perfectly kempt over there?
I went to the gym today, so I took a shower today,
exactly.
so I'm more clean than usual.
Well, they didn't have showers back then.
Oh, animals keep clean. It's not that hard.
You want me to lick myself?
So he's complaining about this, but in Discord DMs, he said how the hot springs part was also disgusting. But I'm like, what? They're in an Icelandic hot spring. That sounds like amazing. He's like, but I bet there's mud on the bottom.
Mud everywhere. He had muddy feet when he got in. Like, and if you're done with that mud, with the spring, then you have to get back into the mud. So what was
Florian? When people go to the spa, they cover themselves in mud on purpose.
Oh, great.
Florian, do you just hate Icelandic people? What's going on?
Well, that could be.
No, I don't. Okay, I
hear a lot of
racism
coming
because
from Florian here.
this movie is disgusting, and all the other Viking movies are beautiful in comparison.
What other Viking movies?
Like any. I mean, there was one name
Yeah, can you name 2 Viking movies?
What was the name of that one?
That's really one of the saving graces of the film, whether you like it or not, is that there are no other movies like this movie. So whether you like it or not, you have to appreciate that it exists. Nobody else made this movie. I can't go watch a similar movie to this.
I actually watch Viking movies all the time. Like, okay, I prefer series, but like, there were a ton of Viking movies that came out.
But is there a Viking movie that is, gritty and kind of dark like this one, or are they kind of more cartoony?
Yeah, I'm sure all of them.
Really?
I mean,
a lot of them are very like low budget. Because I remember looking for good Viking movies, and I'm getting a lot of like straight to video type of stuff.
Well, this is straight to video, isn't it?
No. This had the $80 million budget?
Yeah, $80 million budget is not straight to video. Okay,
it's like 2 weeks and now it's straight to video, right?
Well, Universal has some. It's Universal's fault. They have some deal of like, we're gonna have it in theaters, and then it's like, I think it's 17 days after for their movies they bring it to VOD, but it's still playing in theaters even though it is on video on demand. Or it is coming to video on demand. It's still playing on all the theaters around me.
I mean, I don't even see the budget. Like, the camera was so all over the place, I could hardly pay attention, man.
How could you hardly pay attention? The camera was way more all over the place in Doctor Strange, and especially at Morbius, where you couldn't even fucking know what they were shooting.
They move so awkwardly slow over the action scene. I hate it. Like, those long shots.
You don't like the tracking shots?
So you hate tracking shots.
I hate like long tracking shots for no reason.
I think a lot of people
watch the Paul Thomas Anderson movie.
Yeah, a lot of people really appreciate those, Florian, and I think they've Charlie work. They did an episode of It's Always Sunny in that format, and I thought that was very well done. I don't know why you wouldn't like a tracking shot. I think it's really impressive to watch.
Some amazing tracking shots.
Yeah,
I never minded them till now, but
it's impressive. Like I enjoy watching it just because of like thinking about how much could go wrong and that they actually pulled it off.
Yeah, Children of Men has a really great tracking shot.
True Detective.
True Detective. Yeah. No, and also it's showing you this stuff. It's not like it's trying to hide things in the edits. And that's what's also really impressive about it, is that it's like, we're actually doing this. We're not hiding it from you.
It's not a CGI world. They actually built this shit.
Yeah, they actually built it up.
I feel like it's completely not the artistic vision, but it's just the vision of the director jerking off. I just like, why can't?
Oh yeah, because all you have to do to do these really detailed, complicated shots, to take a ton of mastery of the art of filmmaking, that's you're only putting yourself through the ringer, through a ton of stress, just so you can jerk off while the camera's going down the dolly track.
Hey, Florian's always extremely stressed while he's jerking off, okay? It's the only way he can come.
Oh no, I hope nobody finds what I'm jerking off to.
I have to do this at the Holocaust Museum or else I cannot come.
Yeah, all my porn is tracking shots. All right, I can't stand it if the camera's just standing.
Tracking shots through like Auschwitz and shit.
Oh.
He's jerking off to the camps.
Man, just like where he's on the
tour of the camps on film is all it takes.
Man, I
that's
hate
all you got.
Austrians so much.
Like, oh wow. You gotta have that one. Okay.
Austrians, man. You guys, I don't understand Austrians at all. I gotta say that.
Rich, do you have anything you want to you want to plug?
I'm answering work emails at this point, so
you want to plug anything? We're ending the show.
Yeah, my email. Fucking hell. My Twitter is at TZARREVAN. If you want to hit me up about my Scarlet Witch love and help praise mommy, then yes, you can hit me up there.
What about you, Florian? You got anything to plug?
Yeah, watch my YouTube channel, Himsel Games, where I do rant.
I thought you were Game Squid.
No, it's Himsel Games.
Where have you been, Kino?
You were there when I announced that.
Yeah, I know.
Yep, that's it. Just a professional game developing man now, okay? Only partially squid.
And Kino is having a big birthday party, so if you guys want to come, you're all invited.
Party. Yeah, and I just put a video out on Blade Runner and Blade Runner 2049. I'm not sure what my next video is going to be, but it should be out next week sometime.
I thought you were doing the Batman since that came out on HBO Max.
Oh, yeah. It's up between that and something else, but I'll probably end up doing a short kind of shit-posted video on the Batman.
Well, I do want to hear you explain how you are both literally me to the Riddler and to the Batman at the same time. So I've been anticipating that video.
Oh, yeah. Well, I mean, that's what the video is going to be about. It's going to be about the sort of how the sort of how Riddler and the Batman are, kind of two faces of the same coin, I guess.
And that coin's name is the Kino Corner.
Sounds like you're talking about Two-Face.
Yeah, well, I mean, like, the Batman has kind of an interesting dynamic in it where it's like people have very different ideas of what justice is. You have Catwoman, kind of bitchy justice, I guess. And then you have Riddler, who's kind of believes in more maybe Spenglerian ideas of just resetting civilization. And then you have the Batman, who has some of the same motivations, I guess, as Riddler, but he kind of does fight to maintain the status quo. So just kind of talking about that.
And
sounds cool.
Yeah, that's going to be coming out tomorrow, you said?
No, probably around Monday or Tuesday.
Oh, okay. Well, everybody, that's another Kino in the books. I hope you enjoyed it. And let us know what to not review next time in the comments. See ya.
All right. See you guys.
Bye.
Bye-bye.